All right, so now that you have your response from Friday copied over, we're going to work through your response to do some revision, particularly to the explanation in your response. So, a couple of things before we begin, actually revising, are things and traps that you might fall into as a student. So, the first thing that I want you to do is look over here on the right where there's these items called what not to do in your explanation. The first thing before we begin is going to be looking through your response to make sure you avoid these things. And if you do use them, then you're going to need to change them. So, first, when you're writing an explanation, and remember your explanation is the part that comes right after your evidence, your explanation should always avoid making you should always avoid making your explanation a summary. So please go ahead and copy that into your notes. It should never just summarize what's being said. If you summarize what's being said, you're not actually adding to your piece of writing and furthering the reader's understanding in your response. Second, avoid using language such as this shows to begin your explanation. I see a lot of students default to this, but I think that as eighth graders and about to transition to high school, please make sure you're conscious of the word choice that you're using to start your explanation. Don't use this shows, this proves. Third, you want to avoid using vague language in your explanation. And what I mean by vague language is language that's not specific. Language such as things, stuff, it, all of those things. I don't know what those things are, what it is, what the stuff is, what things are, unless you tell me specifically. So please make sure you're doing that. So please make sure you have your notes in there and then take a minute to review your response and see if you need to change any of these items.